Do you like your low-budget zombie films all rockabillied up with low-quality dinner theater acting, low-grade makeup effects, low-rent production locations, and possibly the most overblown non-climax ever captured on film? We got all that and much, much more as we kick off our Scary Turds month with Rockabilly Zombie Weekend. And before we flush it, we're going to take it out and play with it a little. Restroom Cinema. We're here to flush it, so you don't have to see it. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Scary Turds. October is our month-long celebration of some of the worst horror-themed turds ever made. I am Honor Knight, your headless cinematic flusher, right here in the restroom. As always, I'm joined by my freaky co-cinematic flushers, Groovy Ghoulie, Colleen Griffin.
Boo, boo, boo.
And dastardly diabolical Norcrest.
I want to suck your blood.
Also joining us as part of our Scary Turds co-flushing team this time out are the hosts of More Brains. More Brains is a podcast which rips the flesh off many different types of zombie films released over the decades. You can find them on iTunes, Google Play, and all your favorite podcast streaming outlets. Please welcome back Degenerate John and Dee Dee.
Oh my.
Oh, goodness.
Oh wow.
That was better than the whole movie we saw.
Yeah.
Yes, I totally agree.
It was like a combination of a zombie and a dinosaur from Jurassic Park.
Paul Hawkins' mischievous orangutan Jeffrey has spent some time in our stall, and he has read the writing on the restroom wall regarding this week's Scary Turd. Take it away, Jeffrey.
Welcome, everyone. It's Jeffrey here on this spooky October night, and I'm here to talk to you about Rockabilly Zombie Weekend. It stars Jay LaRose, you know, long-haired fiend in Insidious, and Christina Bach from Two-Headed Shark Attack. It's made by Abysmal Entertainment, which tells you all you need to know, really. It has no release budget or box office details, at least none that I could find while scouring the internet, and apparently has not a single review on Rotten Tomatoes. Well, I'm sure these people just didn't have time to get around to that. That's what you guys are for. Well, enjoy the review, everyone, and don't worry, I'll be back again very soon.
Film should have been called either The Rockabilly Dead or Irritable Bowel Syndrome Weekend.
Oh God. Seriously.
Yeah, I said this film is a
shocked.
prime example of why Florida gets a bad name.
No, this should have just been called Real Story Florida at night.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just an
Yeah.
average Tuesday here in Florida. This is nothing new. There's nothing.
Well,
Oh
I
my
said Rockabilly Zika Weekend.
I thought it was Rockabilly Zombie Wedding, and then I was like,
That's
oh,
what I thought it was.
No, that's what I wrote in my notes.
Right?
That's what it should be called.
Well, yeah, but I also said your film sucks when you're too lazy to give it a proper title. The story actually takes place over one night, guys, not an entire
Right.
weekend. It's just one night.
Yeah,
Now,
they
do you
didn't
think
even
they
fly
filmed it
away at
one
dawn.
night?
No, it's no weekend.
And it
guys.
took them a weekend to
It
film.
should have been.
No, probably took them a weekend, yeah, to film.
Sadly, the fun title does not accurately represent the depressing nature of the story. That's the other problem we have here.
I live in Southern California. I live very close to Los Angeles, where basically every barista has a screenplay in their back pocket. Okay. And somehow this movie was sanctioned by SAG-AFTRA. These people in this movie have fucking SAG cards.
Yeah.
Really?
Okay.
Health
I could have
insurance.
sworn it was just a
They
bunch
are
of friends.
union-
Yeah, we thought it was
They
a
are
bunch of
union
friends.
actors. These
No,
people.
at least, yeah, the main principals, I believe.
This isn't even like a guy who just got his fucking friends at the 7-Eleven Quickie Mart parking lot. It was like, dude,
Oh, no
we're making
shit.
a movie.
That's
Wow.
what we thought.
They say like 3 times that they're in Georgia, so it's supposed to be in Georgia. Because even the people from Florida were like, you got to make this shit be somewhere else, okay? Because
They're
No,
Georgia.
we're not here.
Film is so cheap it skips any production logo and opens with the drone shot of the greater Sanford area in Central Florida, which I just mentioned. No doubt the drone was shot down moments later by one of the residents, mistaking it for a UFO. So.
my notes.
There's our UFO over here.
Annoying opening Rockabilly, and I put that in quotes, music sounds like Brian Setzer got wasted on shitty tequila one night, decided to record a few tracks.
This was Rockabilly Muzak.
It was not Rockabilly
Yeah,
at all,
It was
right?
not
Yeah.
Rockabilly at all. But
No.
you know, just, my notes say, what's with the long shot, drone shot, never ending opening shot of this fucking
God.
Yukon?
That was a long intro for nothing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
was.
There's a lot of car tire.
A lot of car tire, and I didn't understand who the guy in the car was, because you don't see the interior shot. It's just the car driving, and then the water tower.
And
No,
also,
you
if
know
they're
what it
gonna make
reminded
them
me of?
government agents, couldn't they at least spring for like the government
Oh,
plate?
that's who they were
Yeah, that's
supposed
what
to be,
the
the
government
Because they're
agents.
supposed to
coming
be
over to
government
the-
agents, but they showed the license plate, and it's like it's
Florida.
not saying exempt.
If your mosquito sprayer pilot is sporting an eye patch and an injured hand, he probably shouldn't be handling a box with the words toxic contents on it, much less flying a plane. 3-minute mark. First of all, I said that the filmmakers hold a casting call at Waffle House to get these non-actors. I mean, we understand the
That's
principles.
so true.
I understand the principles were gotten out of LA, but this motherfucker is not an actor at all. And obviously, he was injured. The guy was injured to begin with. I think that was a real injury. I don't.
That's what I said. I said,
Oh, is
this
that what
guy
you think?
is
They were
shit.
really?
Oh yeah,
He
that's a real
shit.
injury.
broke his hand,
Yeah.
and he still has to be in this
Yeah.
film. I mean, he's like in a real, like
Oh,
he
I
went to a real hospital and got that done.
I think they
Yeah.
dropped something on his hand during filming, and they
Something.
patched him up and made him go back on set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I feel like that accent would be offensive even in a Mad TV sketch.
This West Nile virus outbreak has the governor very concerned. These two Men in Black actors must have been ported over from the Universal Studios attraction of the same name just down the
Oh,
road
Jesus.
from Sanford. Those guys are terrible at so let you, folks, we see a Yukon truck speeding through Greater Sanford. There's this airline pilot. He's a mosquito bush pilot. He's a sprayer. He's a mosquito sprayer. So anyway, government agents roll up and they want this pilot to mix it says toxic contents to spray over certain areas, which is basically the town of Sanford. With all due respect, Mr. Cote, the audio is so bad in this garage scene, I actually thought he said Mr. Kotex, which
Mr. Kotex.
strangely made more sense at around 3-minute and 30-minute mark. Because it's actually, I think it's Cote. I think that was the actual, yeah,
Cote.
or Kotex.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. The
Kotex.
sound.
Kotex is better. Yeah.
I like Kotex, yeah. Granted, his left arm is injured, yeah, but he still should have it wrapped in plastic before handling dangerous chemicals, guys. Kudos to the Florida educational system, guys. 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Come on.
Yeah.
He has
Well,
one.
yeah, the Florida educational system is so bad, and yet they fired somebody from our state.
He's got a rubber
Wow.
glove. He's got the glove used to wash dishes on one hand.
I know,
The
right?
other's got the cast, but he doesn't wrap the cast in plastic or his
I
hand.
know. I was like,
Yeah.
you cut the fingers out of the gloves and still put the glove on the fingers that are out.
Even a
And why would they go to this guy? Why would the government
why would the
need this
government-
particular guy?
And why would the government be walking around in their business suits carrying a box that says toxic content?
And then when he asked them if they've done any testing, have they done any tests to see if it's safe? He's like, this is the testing.
Well, the worst part is these government agents don't show up anywhere else in the film. This is it. Like, we don't get a callback to this, which we probably desperately needed at the end of the film to kind of wrap it together, because we don't know if this was an experiment to create zombies or if this was just a fuck up.
Well, can I just say something? By the end of the movie, you don't know what caused the zombie outbreak.
my
Oh,
god!
I
They
know.
just try to make it like it's everything.
Don't wear anything under it. Why is everyone dressed like they're about to appear in a dinner theater version of Grease?
Because that's
I know.
Rockabilly.
It doesn't make sense. Like, all their outfits are all fucked up. Like,
Did you not do any research on what Rockabilly is?
No, of course.
Yeah, that's the look,
My
sir.
God,
That
that's-
is the
that's-
look. They
so-
look like pinup girls.
Oh.
And now, but I'm going to say this. The girls' costumes were actually on point. The guys, not so much.
They were
Since
really
every
lazy with
single
those.
one of the guys was wearing relaxed fit jeans. A Rockabilly guy worth his salt is not wearing relaxed fit anything.
All right, so wardrobe issue with that. Again, it's a truck that rolls up. We talked about this.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a hot topic somewhere.
Thank you.
Your boobs look good in that dress. What strip club did the production procure these two poor life choice tattooed actresses?
That's something girls say to each other.
No, I'm not. I'm not talking specifically. I don't care what they're saying. I'm talking about these women. I'm trying to lead into what they're, the
Talking about
tattoos.
The
Well-
Cinemax cast-offs.
Well,
from the
yeah,
soft-
Yes, I was.
at
They
8 o'clock
they
tonight.
are softcore porn rejects.
The one is LA based. I don't know. The blonde one, I don't know. So the lead character, she's from LA, I believe. And we talked about that earlier. I'm guessing they grabbed it. They all were grabbed from the Sinister Squad place. They grabbed those ladies, but
Oh no, the
cinema-
Sinister Squad people were better.
they were better. They were strip club actors too.
No, these girls are bad. Even
Actually,
for
Christina, the character's from Florida, Miami, Florida.
Oh, is she? No, but I think
Yeah.
she's in LA now, though. I think she's LA based now.
Oh,
I
is
think-
she? Okay,
I
that's.
wonder
I
if
think she
Jake
was
knows
from.
her.
I think she was from Florida, but I think she's out in LA.
Ah.
A lot of these tattoos they have on are fake. I understand, but a lot of them are real.
Most
we'll
of
talk
them
about
are
that.
fake, and
Yeah,
they are
there you go.
so
No.
terrible.
The following counties should be on alert for heavy mosquito activity for the next few days. I live in Central Florida, folks, and I have yet to hear a radio message alert like this one. Announcing there's a heavy mosquito activity in Florida is like announcing there's no touch policy during lap dances, okay? We get it. It doesn't happen here. They never announce that shit on a radio. I don't know what's some shitty radio in the room. So let me recap that these two women are best friends, and the one is getting married that night. And they're just getting the dress and trying out shit and being girls, I guess. Like I think they do in Sanford, I guess up in Sanford. If these two tramp stamps had started making out on the bed, I would have given this mess a higher turd rating.
Again, this is like where they lead you into the porn area and then they don't deliver.
Exactly.
I was actually expecting it. I was like, really? Okay, so there's got to be some sort of like, oh, they're into each other, so she doesn't really want to get married.
I bet the first thing you thought, Griff, was, oh, I know why John picked this.
The whole time I was thinking to myself, I thought we were friends, guys. I thought we were cool.
I was like, the only reason I'm suffering through this is for John.
Turn that shit off. Well, probably the most accurate line of the film, even if it was delivered by a stock beer drinking redneck stepfather at the 7-minute mark. Wow, he was a prize, huh? And we'll talk about him.
Yeah.
Because he comes in later in the film.
Yes, and becomes like Macbeth. This very serious.
Well, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
there's a serious issue at the end of it.
good.
I mentioned that in the cold open, but well, I guess she's giving some guy a hand job around the back of the bar. Now, here's a scene we'd be more interested in watching. Well, I guess I was having a private moment at that point. Yeah,
I kind of thought they were going to jump to that.
No, that would have been awesome. You two bitches, get out. Boy, if I said that nugget in the restroom, I'd be podcasting alone. So.
You said worse.
Yeah. Hey, fuck you, man. Oh. Crop duster, not the line, guys. That's a line. Crop duster was flying so low you can actually see the cheap fog machine spray hit those random greasers hanging out in a nondescript field. I don't think that's legal, guys. 8-minute mark. I don't think you can.
And I'm just gonna point out the biggest plot hole in the entire movie.
You have the floor.
Is that the two greasers that get hit with the spray right at the very beginning. Tall Tom, the one who looks like he has actual tattoos.
He does.
He has actual tattoos.
We'll mention that in a second.
But he turns after people who got sprayed later. Okay, and white guy Tommy, who's with him, never turns.
No,
never.
Right.
No,
you're right.
So they just decided, oh fuck it, we're just gonna keep you for the rest of the movie. I mean, that would have been something to explore. Maybe this guy was immune. He could have been the cure.
Exactly.
But they never get into that.
Nature's toilet, bro. I'm not gonna do that joke.
Actually, in the closed captions, that's not what he said.
Oh, he said nature's toilet, bro. He said because
he didn't. I had the closed captions on.
What did he say?
N-word toilet.
Oh, did he
seriously?
Yes.
Oh.
He said the N-word? What?
Yes.
I thought he said nature's toilet, too.
I thought he said nature's toilet.
No, okay, and you know
what?
How are you going to argue with me? I had the closed captions on.
Well, you might be right.
All those Confederate flags afterwards.
Yeah, but Griff, you might be right, but there might have been a racist doing the closed captioning typing, like typing the lines. So he really said nature's toilet, but the guy's like,
not going nature's toilet, going.
N-word. I'm not even going to. I can't get away with this on the show.
Okay, what's more likely?
Well, yet again, do they know how to type though?
Wrong, or that there was closed captions.
You're right, John. I don't think they hired a Sanford.
Yeah, I was saying they hired a local. Maybe
Zimmerman.
It was George Zimmerman's first job, right? And the only N-word he knows how to spell is not nature.
Not nature.
My jaw dropped. I saw that. I was like, oh, casual N-word by a white dude.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. You know what? That beats the stake I had, Griff. So we're gonna give you the win on that whole.
No, nobody wins.
Everybody loses with that word.
Wow.
That one, yes. But what I wrote was I said nature's toilet broke because I thought it was nature's toilet, and then I wrote.
I thought that's what he said too.
That's what
honestly.
I thought
that's
so
what
too.
I heard.
Wow.
But
No, that's
maybe
why I was what?
I watched it on YouTube, so I did not see it on Amazon. So, all right. Well, I said,
but that's what I mean. It's Amazon. This isn't YouTube captions. This is Amazon.
There's a racist working at Amazon, which is again not surprising. Some fucking crotch rocket cut me off in the car stall. This is what happens when you let douchebag Florida bikers make an appearance in your low-budget film at the 10-minute.
I don't think they were in the movie. I think some fucking guys rode by while they were filming.
And why does your car stall when a
I'm trying to think of the
by?
logistics of why would your car stall?
I know it. And she was on the phone with the dude, and the girl was like, I got it.
Vehicle have a stick shift or maybe that, but no.
Basically, they're on the way to the wedding. Yeah, the
no,
car
it just had to be a stupid girl moment, and then the other girl's like, I got you.
Her mother gives hand jobs in the back of the bar for money. Boy, I can't believe I came back to this. I can't decide which is worse. This actress's horrible wig or her cheap New York accent she picked up in a restroom of a deli at the 11-minute mark. Who the fuck is this woman?
She was acting like she was on an episode of Real Housewives.
Everybody is such a stereotype here. The drunk bitch mother-in-law stereotype.
This girl, this is a terrible actress. She's terrible. I think she's LA too. I don't think she's not one of these local yokels. I think she has headshots and shit. Well, everybody kind of has headshots.
Julie Moss.
When you do this dinner theater acting, it really stands out.
She was chewing all of the scenery and then some.
I love you. Actor playing Grant looks like Matt Dillon's less successful twin.
Yeah.
Daniel.
That's what I said too.
Welcome to the Outsiders.
But you know, I said okay. Yes, I said that guy so wishes. He was early 80s Matt Dillon.
He is early 80s Matt Dillon in this film.
He totally thinks that. He's got the Outsiders poster on his wall.
Watched like 50 times before he...
Yeah, no, he has it in his trailer, but it's not like his set trailer. That's the trailer he actually lives in.
No.
Combing his big eyebrows to get ready for his scene.
Get the push up.
The only realistic thing in this movie, honestly, was the kissing scenes between him and his fiance. Because I want to say that they probably met on the Vampire Diaries, which they were both on an episode of the Vampire Diaries.
There you go. There's your trivia there. All right.
They were both like in an actual. This girl was in Miracles from Heaven. She's been in Bloodline. She's been in like legit shit.
Her and the grand character is her fiance, and he's talking with his mother, and this is a scene. The mother doesn't approve of this woman. I don't know why. I don't understand. Like, they're all rednecks. I don't know who gives a shit, but she doesn't approve of these two getting married, whatever. Some fucked up shit is going on in these woods. The only thing that's fucked up is how bad those fake tattoos look standing next to someone who has real ones. 14.
Oh my god.
They're really bad.
I'm gonna circle this back to Cress because she has more tattoos than any of us right here.
This is like the ones you get in the Cracker Jack box.
Yeah.
Or
you wet the back of them and then
The worst one though was on the lead actor, and he had like a horseshoe on his wrist that was facing the wrong way.
Really?
Oh man,
it was
just bad.
How do you fuck this up? How do you like do a production where people have real tattoos, and how come the real people with real tattoos didn't chime in to the people applying the fake tattoos on the other actors and say, hey, maybe you got to put it this way or do
maybe
this?
Maybe they could have just gone and gotten the Stefan shirts and had those sleeves with fake tattoos on it.
It should have done Stefan.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, I have receipts real quick. Like, you can't see the picture, but I do have those closed captions.
Oh, you got.
Oh, are you going to show it?
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Let's see the picture. Picture time. Oh, shit, you're right. No, that's not what he said in the film, though. He said nature's toilet.
I know. I thought he said
that's
nature.
That's not right at all. No, that
okay, then this is like worth investigating.
Oh! Holy shit.
Wow.
Wow. What racist asshole is working?
Wow.
We'll have to go watch on Hulu and see
that
what
is really fucked up.
That's not what the guy said, but all right.
I
swear you know why I question that? Maybe that was the original line.
Oh, that could have been. And they changed
because I'm sorry, all the Confederate flags, and at first I was like, oh, it's Florida, it's incidental, and then I was like, no, like after a while, I saw it in so many places where I was like, no, this is on purpose.
Were wife beaters standard issue on this shoot? All the male actors stood around like Stallone and Rocky. Like, there's a lot of wife beaters in this.
It should have been sponsored by
Hayes. Hello, Shifty. Guys, if you have a character named Shifty in your film, chances are he's up to no good.
That's like a Looney Tunes gangster character.
Shifty. Yeah,
Jay. Far for a lot of these names and stuff.
No, it says nature.
It says nature.
It says nature's toilet, bro. That's on Hulu.
Okay, so this is just like Amazon. We gotta find out what's going on.
God damn you, Amazon! You racist asshole.
It says nature's toilet.
How are they? Maybe Hulu got it and censored it.
There's some like neo-Nazi working at Amazon going, I'm gonna.
I'm saying, what if the filmmaker submitted it that way and Hulu censored it, but Amazon didn't?
I don't know.
But no, Amazon's gotten in trouble for not censoring potentially troubling content.
So I watched it on YouTube, and it was nature's toilet. That's what they said. So I mean, I think that was
okay. YouTube just passed a whole bunch of like censorship laws.
Yeah, I think it was. I don't know if that was the original line. I think it was nature's toilet.
Okay, I'm just saying, like in line with the other themes of the movie.
Yeah,
See, it makes sense.
Like, I don't know. I think there was a racist.
I don't know.
I think there was just a racist Amazon Prime, and that happens. I mean,
I really don't think so. Like, Amazon would have gotten in a lot of trouble.
what he says is straight up racist. It's so different from what the actual line is. That's what I'm saying. I don't think you can mistake it. Like, there's no way the guy saying Nature's Toilet Bowl can be mistaken for what that line is.
I at least want to draw Amazon's attention to
Oh, yeah, no, I still go ahead, have it out. I think there's just a racist working on Amazon. I think, or maybe it was just it was an honest mistake. Maybe the guy was just that was his mindset.
And those Confederate flags in the movie were just,
All right. Wonder how long they were able to keep this bar location closed before the locals started rioting. That bar is actually closed right now. It's called the Back Room. I forget what it's. Backwater bar, or some kind of bullshit.
Well, it's an actual legit place, really?
No, it was an actual bar. They filmed in an actual bar, and it's closed now. But it was working for a while.
Should be closed.
Patty, come over here now. Patty, played by Melissa Groover, I guess is her name. Looks like she just rolled out of the back of a pickup truck after a crack high and straight onto set at the 60-minute mark. Man, her face was run over. I don't think I've ever seen an actress that made me want to get a penicillin shot.
I know.
She
was so nasty.
gross.
Like, this whole movie was just so gross with the diarrhea and the herpes and the everything. Oh my God, this movie just was like.
You needed a hazmat suit to watch the movie.
Seriously, I felt like I needed to just cover myself in Purell.
Fuck Purell,
So
bleach,
bad.
man.
This is so bleach.
Shit, dress
Jesus,
myself
and all
in
these
bleach.
women, their bras hanging out and all
You
sweaty.
need to take a
and,
Silkwood shower.
Silkwood shower.
She plays the mother of the girl we mentioned, the fiance getting married earlier in the film. Hey, groom, where's the bride? Here you go, guys. Wedding minister is decked out like a satanic cult leader around the 17-minute mark, complete with a bald head and the longest flavor saver I've ever seen.
Let me just say something. This guy's name is Man Daddy.
No!
Yes.
That's his name.
Check it. It is.
Before I looked up who he was, I have now dubbed him the side pony goatee priest.
I know,
Because
his goatee was
is like
hanging off to the side.
Askew. It's askew the whole movie.
Disgusting.
I know, it's like so greased up and it's hanging on the side. It's so weird.
He's like an upside-down unicorn.
He is the minister, and would you want to get married?
He's the grand wizard of the night.
Yeah, he is definitely the grand. This guy too much D&D before he showed up on set.
Yeah, he is a wizard of the night.
I'm sorry, and if this guy, I'm sure this guy's a local. He's probably gonna be down knocking on my door here after this airs. But
well, there you go. Man Daddy's gonna go get you.
Man Daddy's coming trick or treat early.
I can't wait to see him. She couldn't get off work. I guess that parade of hand jobs took precedence over attending her daughter's wedding. Class act. The mother apparently can't get off of her day shift. The day shift, guys, not the night shift, at this shitty ass bar to attend her daughter's wedding, mind you, which is literally 2 doors over. But all right.
It's like out
And can I just say, how come they didn't bring back the hero of the bar there, that gigantic woman? Her wife beater was purple and it was hanging off the side with her leopard bra hanging out.
She was hot.
I thought she was going to be the hero of the movie. I thought she was going to save everybody.
No, she left. She was.
I know, she just took off and we never saw her again.
I know, she was going to be like the hero, Large Marge.
Guys, you got to remember, the people in the bar were actually just people in the bar drinking that day.
I think so.
Once they finished, they paid their tab, they just left. They didn't give a shit about a movie. Fuck it, we're out. I'm going to go and change in the barn. Perhaps they should have had the wedding in a state park where they have actual restrooms where you can change into your 50s wedding dress. That was weird. Like, the location they picked for the wedding is pretty, but it's not an actual
she had
location.
to change in the barn for
What
the setup
barn?
for the whole rest of the movie.
I know. Yeah, this is actually kind of critical information. Not that we, this film is that important. We have to remember all this critical information. You eat that fried shit again? Zombie transformation appears to start as a bad stomach virus, which comes as no surprise considering all the fine dining cuisine in greater Sanford, Florida area. 21-minute mark. Boy, Shifty looks like he's about to pass a cinder block amount of cheese. And then he does.
Oh,
They had him walking, and then you have the diarrhea coming out of his pants, and I thought, this man is really shitting his pants right now.
This was so gross. Like, the sound effects were so loud. It was really disturbing. Seriously.
Do you remember that South Park episode where Cartman told everybody, "Oh, when you die, you shit your pants," and they emphasized that point. That was like this in real life.
Apparently, the only thing shifty was his bowels. Hey-o!
So gross.
Have you ever seen a zombie film at a transformation where the zombies shit their pants before they transform?
This is the first.
Yes!
This is the first. That's why I kind of held off to do it with you guys instead, because soil restroom cinema.
Yeah.
Oh, well, soiled
they
their
soil their pants to become
Soiled
zombies
restroom-
more brand.
All you've done was soil my
No, soiled restroom zombies.
At this point,
Yeah.
John.
There you go.
Yes.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you shit your pants, and then and again, there's so much green light on Shifty's death scene. I thought he was going to transform into the Hulk.
They really like this green light.
Yeah, one green light in the entire bar.
Oh, they love a good gel in front of a light. They love
They
that.
love it.
Folks, when you're going to shit your pants, you better get some green light. It makes it look all better.
Can I just say, though, I think everybody's had an experience in the bathroom where you're sweaty and you don't know if you're going to make it.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I've been where Shifty's been.
We've all been where Shifty's been. Unfortunately,
Been
we
there.
didn't turn into
We've
zombies.
been where shitty's been.
No.
Oh, but Griff going for the cheap joke on that one.
Dee Dee and John, I wanted to ask you, since you're the zombie experts, have you ever gone like 23 minutes into a movie without seeing any kind of like zombie action?
Oh, a lot of the old ones that we've watched, yeah.
Fear the
'Cause
Walking Dead.
Yeah,
But
'cause it's
and Fear the Walking Dead.
It took 23 minutes to get
Is
here.
that what did it really?
Yes.
The film only runs 88 minutes, in case you're wondering. Biker zombie collapses in the middle of the road during the day, yet no one discovers him till after nightfall. Where the hell is everyone traveling on this road?
Shifty turned into a zombie kind of right away, but then the biker guy didn't.
Yeah,
so
took all
it
But the
was
day.
really
biker guy
weird.
just played,
Like,
he was just
shit.
playing dumb until somebody came along so he could eat them.
Yeah,
He's like
Oh, okay,
super
well, there you go.
intelligent
yeah. There's a
zombie.
guy that pulls over. Yeah, apparently nobody drove on that road for all that time, which is bullshit.
And I love how they do the fake. They didn't even have the budget to like do a CGI motorcycle crash, so they just have this guy who's probably riding like a $25,000 fucking Harley, and he like
Like,
coughs up something, and you can tell he's pissed. He's like, "This shit is gonna get on my fucking bike," and then he just sort of rides off frame, and then they just spread brand new parts of a motorcycle
Oh, is that
over
what they did?
over the
Yes.
street. I was like, that is so
Oh.
dumb.
We got something for you, buddy. Any hopes for a sex scene to spice up this zombie boredom? Go right out the window when this greaser interrupts the lovebirds. Thanks at the 27-minute mark. So we're back to the wedding now. Like I said, there's a biker who is infected. He falls down, and then of course he bites a guy passing by to help. That's what we're talking about. Now we're back to the fucking wedding, which we haven't got to the wedding yet because we're waiting for the hand job herpes mother to show up so they can get started. She's not there, so meanwhile the lovebirds are just gonna make it out. They were gonna fuck. And then a dumbass interrupts them. Thanks for that, idiot. This is fucking great. You made this? Steering wheel always makes for a great wedding present, guys. 28-minute mark. That's what that guy, just before he
I
turns into a
know.
zombie, he
I
gives
know.
a custom-made steering wheel. John, is that a big deal, like, with cars and stuff like that? I don't know.
It is a weird.
It
deal.
is a very
All
weird.
right, so you
gift.
wouldn't give a steering. That's what I got you guys
No.
for Christmas. And now you fucked up my whole.
Oh,
I
fuck.
gotta give that.
Uh-oh.
God damn you.
I got everybody's steering wheels. I'm sorry. All right.
Kind of steering wheel, man. Got to be one of those for my lowrider, not that kind of
Oh.
steering wheel.
Pro tip: if you find maggots on a toilet seat in an outhouse, don't sit there. 30-minute mark. That guy that we talked about had just made this wonderful steering wheel. He's turning into a zombie. And of course, now zombies, they have to take a shit before they turn into a zombie.
I know that was so weird. He's
How many-
screaming,
At
and you
least
hear
that
the
guy made it to the
gurgling
toilet,
and-
though.
Honestly, guys, how many times have we felt like that? You're like, oh, I'm going to turn into a zombie. I better go take a dump.
He died like Elvis,
Yeah,
so he should be
yeah,
proud.
Elvis is a zombie.
You know what I was thinking is this guy is going to turn into a zombie on the toilet and then just walk around with his pants down
I know.
and his junk hanging out. But no, he fully had pulled his
Yeah.
pants
Shit all
up,
his ass.
and then he makes it
Comes
all the
out,
way.
yeah.
I mean, like everybody just looks at him. The guy looks like a sweaty mess. He looks
Oh, he's a mess.
disgusting, and
What's
everybody
up?
just lets him walk by.
Also, considering how many people dump out the contents of their colons prior to becoming the undead, you'd think Taco Bell would have been all over this film as a sponsor.
Ew.
I know.
I'll bring you a bucket of chicken. We're just talking about this. Patty's crack pipe scene inside the truck is actually a rare behind-the-scene footage of actress Melissa Groover prepping to go on set. 24-minute mark. So,
Aw.
I don't think she's an actress, guys. I really think she was.
No. You want to know her backstory? She spent 9 years as a stock and commodities trader with E.F. Hutton and additional years with the investment firm of Integrated Resources.
Gosh, she's
Okay.
Shut up.
No, I'm
no
not.
way.
That's
And then for
fake.
16 years now, she's been working in film, television, commercial, and industrial theater products. She's the co-owner of Real Dreams Productions, and her company produced the feature film The Tenant, which got some international distribution.
Oh yeah. I've heard of that.
So she's she
Shut
was a
up.
money manager person. who then started doing that behind the scenes, has now put herself in front of the camera. But I mean, if that's makeup on her face that's making her look like an actual meth head, then I'm going to give it up for the makeup people. There was 15 people in the makeup department, so I'm just going to say hats off.
15? Really?
15.
Wow.
They had one special effects makeup artist, a key hairstylist, and then a key makeup artist. So those 3 were the core, and then the other 12 people, and one special makeup effects. So that may be the person who gave us her meth mouth. Let's see, that guy's name. But then everybody else were assistants. So they had a lot of people.
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh, this guy who I'm saying is probably the guy who did her makeup, Kevin Welch. He did Banshee. He did Tusk. He's done a lot of stuff.
For such a shitty film, it's amazing this many people worked on it. I don't understand what happened then.
A check's a check.
Don't freak out, Spider. Wonder how much of that production, speaking of money, paid for that Halloween store spiderweb behind her at the 39-minute mark in the barn. Come on,
that
guys.
was so weird. That thing would look like a rope.
It was a rope, because I bought that shit. It is rope, okay?
Yeah.
Didn't even light it correctly. God damn. First of all, for a spiderweb to be that thick, that spider would have to be 8 feet across, okay?
This is what you're talking about.
And tarantulas build their burrows in the ground.
I want to start out by saying thanks to everyone here who made tonight possible. Wedding thank you sounds more like the director thanking the extras for showing up in the most remote location in Sanford, appearing in the shitty fucking movie. 40-minute mark on that one. They're trying to get the wedding going at this point. The Flavor Saver guy, or the guy with the side, I don't know what the hell, goatee. I said Flavor Saver. It's a big, long, gross. Would you kiss that guy? That guy's gross, dude.
No.
No, of course not. Fuck this. Was polite of the female zombie extra in the background to wait for her cue before she attacks the wedding guests at the 42-minute mark. I don't know if you guys noticed that. So basically, the wedding's about to take place, and then there's a zombie breakout. Zombies appear out of nowhere. And
I know. All of a sudden, everybody's a zombie.
The zombies turn, and there's zombies coming out of the woods. But
see, and this makes sense if you stay with the theory that the crop duster guy has turned everybody into zombies by spraying, because all those people got hit. You saw a bunch of people get hit. Yeah. So if this is theory number 1, a government-sanctioned experiment on the white trash of Florida, we're just going to see how many zombies we can create, how fast people become zombies, yada, yada.
Right.
As, of course, it's going to change, though, later in the movie.
Bass fiddle to the eyeball gag around the 43-minute mark.
Oh, my God.
That was one of my faves.
Yeah, it looks about as real as you would expect in a low-budget feature like this one. Terrible makeup job.
Oh, the choreography on these stunts.
Woo!
Oh, my God.
Tom Savini did not work on this.
More realistic
No, not at all.
That's terrible.
No Nicotero, nothing.
No, no Nicotero. We had nobody. It's not The Walking Dead, not show for this. Although they were only 7 hours up the road.
I did find that entertaining to see the big old stand-up bass being used as a weapon. I thought
that could have been a good gag, but it was just poorly executed and edited. True. It was poorly edited and executed, so you really couldn't tell what was going on until the end. And that fake head was terrible, guys.
I was gonna say, looking at the hair is such a total.
No, okay, this movie is poorer than Kenny from South Park.
They look ... like zombies. No shit. This film wasn't called Rockabilly Vampire Weekend, you idiot. Grant, that's the guy with the...
That would have been way more appealing to hipsters.
But that's why they couldn't do that, because Vampire Weekend would have sued the shit out of that.
That's what I mean.
You're right.
Exactly.
They all corral into the barn to temporarily escape the zombie onslaught. So it's basically Grant, his fiance, and there's a bunch of other survivors, the meth lady, and some other idiots.
But this is not a barn that you quickly discover.
Well, no,
it's a shanty shack.
Yeah,
it's like, I mean, it is the worst.
It's a shitty
if you're
barn.
gonna run away from zombies, you may as well have just put yourself on a fucking spit and roasted yourself for them. It is so ridiculous.
It's a terrible location to hide out from zombies, all right? Because it's a very flimsy structure. Where the hell did all these zombies suddenly come from? That's what I want to know. Film was too cheap to include a much-needed establishing shot of the zombies approaching. Usually in these films, you always have that establishing shot of where they're coming from. So you have a sense of logistics. You have to understand where they're coming from to know where these people are escaping to. And that's
they
very
don't even have the fake newscast.
This was not Night of the Living Dead.
That was weird. It's like suddenly there's all these people crawling out of the woods. Where did they all come from? Yeah.
We can forgive the newscast, but what I'm just saying, just look, if they're going to come out of the woods, at least give us a location or a long shot or a wide shot so we know where the barn is, where they are in relation to the barn, and where the zombies are coming from. It's very simple, like logistics do. It's not that hard to do like 3 separate cuts to understand, but we just get them. And then we get the zombies, then them, and them in the barn. So we have no sense of logistics at all. Oh, very
Yeah.
frustrating. In a zombie film, you kind of need that, guys.
Yes,
kinda
like-
it's
absolutely.
essential.
I gotta ask you guys,
Yeah.
you're more brains guys. This is Zombie 101, right? I mean, you would have to have.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
don't
got to see
just
where the threat
suddenly
is coming
have-
from.
Yeah, you don't
Right.
just suddenly have a bunch of people there.
Yeah, you can't
And
just
wonder
cut.
where they're coming from and
Right.
what they're doing, and yeah.
You can't cut the medium shots
This
of
isn't-
zombies.
Well, this
And then
isn't
when
the
it's the-
thriller video. I mean,
Right,
you
yeah.
can't have zombies.
Yeah, but even in the thriller video, they had a sense of logistics.
No, but you
Yeah.
never saw
Yeah.
why first of all, well, they came out of the graves, so that made sense.
Right, you got. Yeah, you know where they.
Literally dead rising from
right,
the
right,
graves. It wasn't just like, hey, everybody's at a party, we're all drinking beer. No, we're zombies.
And they
Great,
couldn't
but
figure out what kind of
not-
type of zombie they were. They were
Yeah, what
some of them were moving way too fast, and some were almost
Like real
yeah.
slow. And
It's like okay,
It was just
decide
like,
on
they
what
got
type you are.
Yeah, they got everybody from Ybor City, just like as far.
Yeah.
We
Just
didn't, get any
like,
of the, we didn't get any of the crawlers. We didn't get any of the
No,
people
they-
that go on all fours and they go really fast and crawl up the walls and shit. I was waiting for
Yeah.
that one to show up.
And my next line during the zombie rampage, I said the zombie fire burn around the 45-minute mark looks like it was set off by accident. I don't think the guy was supposed to be on fire, but they were
Oh
like,
my.
fuck it, just set him on, we'll put him out later.
Let it
there's
burn,
no-
goddammit.
There's a fire
Go
burn
with
that
it.
happens, and I don't think that guy was happy about that scene because he's in a hoodie, basically. I think it was,
no, you know what it looked
I
like?
think it was a
It looks like somebody shooting an amateur music video.
Yeah, I think it was a Sanford resident.
Oh,
I don't
dear.
think he was supposed to be there. And they were like, whoops. Give me a gun, werewolves, vampires. I can kill them all. This lady could barely kill a crack pipe. Now she wants to be Van Helsing? 46-minute mark? All of a sudden, yeah, the meth lady, this actress we've been talking about, who owns a production company, now wants to kill everybody.
How come she's so like?
Fuck her.
But how come she's so with it? She's high as fuck.
She's
I mean,
high
she
as-
was hitting that
and she
pipe
can-
hard.
And she
Yeah.
can kill him twice.
If she was a meth head, she would have been moving a lot faster.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Let's
Yeah,
say that.
that's
True.
where are we going? Logistically, you'd be heading to Georgia by now, but instead, we're going to, logically, you'd be heading to Georgia by now. But instead, we're just going to dick around Sanford by attempting to get to the police substation. We're all going to be totes safe. Guys, leave
Oh
the
my
city.
God.
Sanford, first of all, guys, is really not that big. If anybody, you can get out of Sanford very simply. You get on I-4.
Well,
and
they
you
never
go to
tell you
Georgia.
what town they're in on her, so
I
they're
know,
just
I know,
making
so-
it
Yes,
Right,
okay,
right
you
for
sound like
USA.
the Californians.
You just take I-4 to I-75 to the 15 to the 27, you're there.
Yes.
What the hell is going on here? Who the hell is this guy? Just another shitty.
Yeah, that was such a weird scene. The guy in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
That was so weird.
Oh my
Like,
god.
Oh,
what
man,
the
he needed
fuck
his
is he
beer.
doing in there?
I said the production should have spent more money booking LA actors who actually have talent. That's the other problem. Like, okay, if you want to book LA people, and I know we mentioned earlier that they made a big deal about SAG after and all these people that they cast, why don't they have talent?
Well, and also, why do zombie movies always end up in convenience stores?
Griff, we hit all
It
the
happens.
no, we hit all the standard locations in these films. We had a convenience store, a fucking hospital, a barn,
And
all
they're
the
terrible.
An
airport.
airport.
Bar.
They have it completely set up for them, and they miss all of it.
I was wondering about the guy in the freezer. He said that
Freezer.
there were people on TV talking
Oh,
about the cause of the zombie outbreak. How would there be somebody on TV talking about it and know what the cause of it was when it's just started?
Literally just, and folks,
Right?
Yeah.
the plot, they escape the barn, they get in the back of a pickup truck. The truck went to a convenience store, and in, like Griff mentioned, one of the stock places you go in zombie films, a convenience store, a shitty convenience store, not 7-Eleven, not Wawa, none of you.
Oh yeah, with the handmade signs.
Yeah. I think that was
Yeah.
production. Anyways, a guy in the freezer collecting guns, and there's always one of these guys in these films who doesn't really help out a lot, but
Oh, it's all about collecting
exposition
the guns.
guys. Yeah, it's just exposition guy. But who has this many guns in a fucking convenience store? Well, then again,
It's Florida.
she was my best friend. Guess you shouldn't have let her take a shit alone then.
Oh, yeah.
Your best friend goes to take a dump in the convenience store, and they let her go alone. Of course, what happens when you do? You turn into a zombie, right? What a shitty best friend. No pun, but I'm bummed. Hey, there you go. Who mentioned the green light? But they must have had a run on green light bulbs at the Halloween store, considering how many of them showed up in the film. They showed up here too, 56-minute mark. More green light bulbs. Guys, do we have any other gels in the truck? Blue, red, man?
Yes. Oh my god.
Tires?
But green is like
I mean, all the
you know what happened? These guys were getting really pumped for the Ghostbusters remake and were just thinking about Slimer, and they just
Oh,
wanted
God.
to like do an
Oh, my.
homage to Slimer because that's
No, they
everyone's
were getting
favorite
pumped
character.
about going on social media and commenting on the Ghostbusters remake.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
the green gels. Oh my God, Sheila. Sad when the only topless chicks in this mess are dead bodies. 58-minute mark. There you go, guys.
I know.
Yes,
These-
there's the
that
first
was
It's just,
nudie
you know
shot.
what, she looked like to me sitting there. You know those movies where you always see like the high-end hooker and people are eating sushi off their bodies? It's just like somebody got too aggressive at the buffet on the lady. And
I
her
did just
arm
slap
gets
some
ripped
kielbasa
off.
out for her.
So yeah, it was the Golden Growl.
That's funny because I said zombie Shifty is going down on that corpse like he's eating lunch at Sonny's barbecue. Really fucking gross, guys. And that poor woman had to lay there.
No, the
Yeah.
Guzzling her
combination of tits and gore. Like, what in the actual fuck is up with these
It
people?
doesn't make any sense at this point.
No,
The nudity.
doesn't
It doesn't really
Yeah.
gel.
do anything.
It's icky.
Yeah, I was thinking the scene like in Return of the Living Dead. You saw
That's a great scene.
that even. Yeah, that's an
But she sells it.
iconic scene, but it sells it. Yeah, and I don't know. This is just.
And it's more of a comedy than this one.
It is.
If this was more of a comedy and had more fun with itself, like a wink, wink, this might have been a decent film. But
That's why I said more satire.
It's
Like,
so right. You exactly, Griff, because it's so serious. Why is this film so serious? With a
well,
film?
and it felt like a desperate move to get people interested. Like, hey, we got tits.
There's got to be 50 of them. Guys, there's actually 9 zombies. I counted. Hour and
No,
1 minute
9.
mark. Yeah,
I mean, if they don't have 9
It
bullets
took
in
so
all of those
long.
they
guns-
run into some other location. I guess it's the hospital location where he's saying there's 50 of them outside, but there's not. There's only 9. If you go back and freeze frame, there was 9 extras in front of that truck. But all right, you want to go with 50?
At 9.
Glass on the front door where the zombies broke into the bar is now perfectly intact when the wedding group exits the building from the side door. Who needs
Oh,
continuity?
yeah.
Or decent zombie action for that matter. Hour and 2 minute mark. So what happens, folks, is they decide they have to go back to Shifty's bar to get more guns so they can protect themselves to get to the airport to escape. And when they get to the bar, that's what I talk about, the 9 zombies that appear out front here. And, of course, Shifty's eating the bare-chested woman.
Topless girl.
Yeah. I'm having more fun than a tornado in a trailer park. Does it come as any surprise that perverted stepfather will be great at killing zombies? Hey, welcome to Florida. Hour and 5 minute mark on that one. Boy, he turned out to be balls up, didn't he? Feel like twirling the gun around like Arnold Schwarzenegger and fucking T2?
They could not decide what direction they wanted to go with this movie.
No,
Like, you
yeah,
want
Yes,
it
I
to
know.
be like a
Here's where
badass
the
hero?
shift happens.
Right.
Right.
Right, the
But
tonal
they
shift.
didn't even go all
Yeah.
the way with this shift.
No, they don't. They half-assed
Ridiculous.
the tonal shift on it. Yeah, so
Yeah.
now he's a badass zombie killer when the guy was just a disgusting asshole at the beginning of the film. But all right, well, this is the hospital. Now they have to go to another stock location, this time a hospital.
True.
Where they got this, I guess this is Sanford Hospital. I don't know where, I'm assuming. It's probably a Centra Care or medical clinic, whatever.
I also, guys, forgot the best line in this film in the 1
course.
hour to. Hold on, let me see if I can get.
Is it before my hour and 5 minute mark here with the...
You stupid piece of shit redneck whore!
That was worth the fucking watching this whole
Wait,
movie just to
wait,
get
wait.
that fucking line. That's
Where
awesome.
she throws her wig at the zombie.
I know, that's the best.
We should mention that. Yeah, that's the mother of the one...
I think Taryn Manning auditioned for that part and did.
Terrible accent lady, but yeah, we'll give her credit. That is alignment. Good job.
That
The
was
soundbite on that
iconic.
one. Dine and dash and dine. Or I'm sorry, dine and dash. I'm sorry, that's to say the same thing twice. Film cares so little for its characters that when 2 of them actually accidentally roll out of the back of a truck, they just leave them for dead at the hour and 9 minute.
I know. That was
Sorry, bro.
so weird.
There's 2 trucks, and the one part of the cast gets in one truck, and then this perverted idiot, is driving the other truck, and he takes off so fast, and 2 of the one is a principal character, and the other was just an extra. Flip out of the back of the truck, and he just keeps driving, which I think actually
And then
happened.
he keeps talking to them.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
You're
know.
such a good shot.
He said,
And then he's like, oops, my bad.
and he just keeps driving. He's like,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that actually.
And that was the guy that had never turned, but then he gets eaten by zombies. So, oh well.
Yeah.
Oh my God, are you okay? Stunt guy landed perfectly on that dirty mattress when he flew off the truck. Well done at the hour and 12 minute mark. Did you like that stunt? He bounced, like he hit the car. So you know he's on a mattress, and it's whatever like queen size mattress they had laying around Greater Sanford.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Ew.
I love
No,
when
they
they.
found like extra crash test dummies. to
Yeah,
do that.
I'm sure that was actual. He was probably drunk. You get it's like a jackass.
Oh yeah, you get like American Dad said, you get all loose when you
Right.
get drunk.
Exactly. This whole film was like a Halloween jackass episode. Like, because people jump on.
Halloween jackass.
Yeah, it's both flying
With
off.
Steve-O.
Without the joy of Party Boy.
And yeah.
Oh,
Shit. Here they come. Evenly spaced out and moving slow. Right from the Zombie Movement's handbook at the hour and 13 minute mark. Guys, how many times do we have to see this?
The standard scene where the zombies are coming out of the woods or down the road and they're all evenly spaced, they're all moving at the same exact speed. And John mentioned this earlier, Degenerate John mentioned this earlier, but there's no consistency in how the zombies move.
None.
So fast,
No.
slow, stumbling. We get
I know the ones grab the back of the truck at one point, and
understand why we get
I don't-
we get the
They
28
were all over
days
the
later
place.
zombies, we get the
Uh-huh.
zombies, we get the Walking Dead zombies. It's just they don't give a shit. It's like just do something.
Something. Whatever you just recently watched, go ahead and do
whatever
that.
zombie you want.
The only thing we know about them is that they basically like shit out their humanity and then become zombies.
The best part of
They shit and barf it out.
right, and that's
Yeah.
the most distinctive thing about these zombies is that they take a dump before they become a zombie. I guess maybe that's it. I haven't seen that before, so maybe that's the defining thing of this film. All of the zombie rampages look like extras who were given a free Little Caesars pizza, doused in fake blood, and forced onto the set in the middle of the night.
Yeah, it's pretty
Like,
bad
oh.
when you're a zombie and you still look like you don't want to
Exactly. The director's like, all right, you're done your crazy bread. Now just get the blood on and get the fuck out in front of camera. Like
Maybe it's all of the Puerto Ricans with their taco stands
that's-
wandering
that's
home in the
my
middle of the
thing.
night.
There's no Puerto Ricans in Sanford. I can guarantee you that. they know not to live there.
Oh my god.
Ooh, my back. This is why you need to be in shape when the zombie apocalypse happens, guys. A bad back could mean death. So the perverted father, throws out his back at the work.
Yeah, no, it was like Larry Bird. It was like Larry Bird. My back.
That sucks, guys. Let me tell you, that's why I try to stay in shape because the zombie apocalypse is coming, and I got to be able to move. You can't be out of shape when you're killing zombies. I don't,
Yeah, but you know what? I've got back problems, but when worse push
You
comes
gotta
to
move
shove, you suck it up. And
That's right.
you
Suck it. Well, he didn't really suck it up. He
Oh.
fell over like a big punk.
exactly.
And his meth head wife had to get him to the truck, I guess. I don't know. That was ridiculous. I'm driving. This is what he says now as his back's thrown out. These survivors spend more time getting into and out of pickup trucks in the back
Yeah.
of this film than they do
Mhm.
anything remotely constructive. Like,
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
yeah, just get to a location. Just get out of
Just
San.
drive.
Shit, we're out of gas. Oh, no. Comes as no surprise since you've been driving around to like one zombie infected location after another, the hour and 15-minute mark.
Uh-huh.
Gee, now they ran out of gas. How many times have we seen this in a fucking zombie movie or any horror film? There's no reason why you should be running out of gas.
Yeah, but you have to realize they're driving around in all those old cars. So it's not like now where your car starts fucking
Right.
yelling at you when
What are
you,
talking
you know.
about? They're like
Exactly.
No,
Like, you know what? It does literally yell at you when you're about
To tell
out
you
of gas.
you're gonna die now in a zombie movie because the car is gonna stop.
I don't want those things to eat me, okay? Or eat you out for that matter. Hey,
Oh, come on.
all right, that was my. All right, I gotta get one.
No.
I got a
Hey,
reputation.
you're talking about people shitting
I-
themselves
I
to
have
death.
a-
No one is tossing anyone's salad. In
I
this.
have a. Ew. Now you just took it
Oh.
somewhere else. Thanks.
Oh, did I just to make
Yeah,
it
you just-
gross
you made-
now?
You made it even worse than I
Did I
Yeah,
make it
I know.
gross?
Okay, no.
Now I'm,
Oh,
Took it
she
from
made it
one
gross.
hole to
Okay.
another hole.
I am disgusted.
Oh.
Oh.
So where the hell are we? Sanford is not that big, guys. They should practically be in Georgia by now from all the driving scenes. But no, of course. Who knew Florida was this hard to escape? Actually, that's a legitimate question.
Well, they have to go through the swamp now.
Now we're at the Sanford Airport. They get to the airport. It's not the Sanford Airport. There is a Sanford Airport. They get to a airport. I don't know how they got that plane in the background, but there's a plane there. So the military is there. National Guard. I shouldn't say military. Somebody showed up. Again, this all takes place within, 2 hours? I don't understand how all of this happened within the.
Well, I know, and then there's such an orderly, coordinated response,
seriously,
and
you'd be
everybody
running
is
your ass through there.
marching for. It's like super coordinated. I told John that this is much better than Fear the Walking Dead at this point with the coordination of the evacuation of survivors.
True.
Cap, the grandkid, the fiance, the male fiance got shot at some point. He's not infected, but he's shot. He's injured. So they get to the airport and he needs medical help. So he gets out of the car or the truck, with his wife to go to get help. Meanwhile, the perverted stepfather is still in the car. He's not infected, but his wife,
No, the mother is.
the meth head mother.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but she
because
just
she got
cut
bit by a
herself. So why
spider.
didn't the guy grant?
Street number 2.
And that leads me to my line where he says, "I don't know who you are." Now we get the speech from the perverted guy. Now this is the problem I
He
have.
says, I don't know
It was
what.
all
Right.
sentimental
This is
and
the tunnel
nice.
that I have, because the film suddenly shifts gears into sentimental territory, as now we're supposed to actually care about this perverted redneck stepfather losing his hand
Yeah.
job giving wife.
Exactly.
At the hour and 21-minute mark. This is why I said in my cold open, this is the most overblown climax for this kind of film.
Yeah.
Characters we don't give a shit about. Like,
I know, so I said he became Macbeth. This is suddenly super dramatic fair.
You're giving them a lot of credit.
Sacrifice himself.
I know. Yeah, we're using it loosely.
Crazy.
Are you okay? It's my wife. And here's my next question: is why the hell is the bride-to-be, this Christina Bach character woman, talking to this random extra at the climax to your zombie film? Now, granted, he does have access to a helicopter, but why wouldn't they just wait for the military transport? I should say, hour and 22-minute mark. This is season 4.
This movie is about take your guns so Hillary doesn't take them, and don't trust the government.
Well,
I don't know if it's that.
Okay, so how do you become a zombie though in this movie?
Right,
Now, if the mother got cut,
She got
became a
she got
zombie.
bit by
She just
the
got a cut
spider.
on her hand.
She got
Then
bit
why
by
didn't
the
Grant
spider.
become a zombie from his bullet wound?
Oh, well, all right. There's a lot of logic. All right, that's a fair point.
You know,
It made
yeah. I
no
mean, if a
sense.
cut turns you into a zombie,
It
then why
wasn't a
wouldn't a
cut,
bullet?
though. She got bit by the spider.
Oh, not
So now they're saying
really?
the
Oh, is
spider-
that what that was? I thought
Yeah,
she got
bit
cut.
by the spider because the spider's in the purse.
All right. Well, that's a big spoiler, but hang on to that.
When she-
Oh, I
they do
didn't.
the
Oh, okay.
close-up,
I
when
totally
they do
didn't
the close-up
understand
on
that.
her
So it's
finger
the
later. They do the close-up. She has 2 holes
bite
in her
marks.
finger.
Oh, okay. I didn't get that.
Take it to the opposite side. There's a chopper there. Rando Extra has no business giving his helicopter these 2 bloodied up greasers after only 1 2-minute conversation. So the fiance talks to this guy. His wife is taken. He's not going to leave. He wants to give the helicopter that he has ready for them on the other side of the airport, which I'm putting that in air quotes. He wouldn't do that. There's no way in hell he would give it to these 2 fucking random. First of all, the woman's covered in blood. The guy's covered in blood. I mean, they look
Oh,
like.
I know. He
look
didn't
like
even,
hell.
He didn't even ask, "Have you been bitten?"
Yeah, he does. No, logical
Right.
questions you would ask in this too. But the film becomes super. This is my point. It becomes super serious, even down to slow motion shots of them escaping and going to the helicopter and all this other crap. It doesn't make. And the guy shooting him. So we should mention the random perverted guy doesn't want to be taken, so he ends up blowing his own brains out, which doesn't make any fucking sense, even though he wasn't infected at all.
No, because they're taking people who are possibly infected into some weird tent
Yeah, but he's
that
not
they never
infected.
come out of.
But I know, but he was not infected at all. Just the wife.
No, but he wanted to be with his Patty.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
Here we go. Last shot of the film features a spider, or a supposedly infected spider, who clearly had more fun making this film than anyone else. And apparently he survives. So he's how does he end up on the helicopter?
Because he's in the bag. He's in the purse.
I see.
Somehow through this whole thing, this fucking lady has managed to keep her purse with her.
Yeah.
I know,
And
right?
keep the spider inside the purse.
Right?
Doesn't
I
make
mean, this is
Yeah.
so ridiculous. And then the spider's just crawling around because we have to have like the Carrie ending because now, you think they're going to get away, but they don't.
Okay, in case you're wondering though, this kind of spider, which I don't know what exactly, a tarantula, I guess I'm assuming it was. First of all, they're not really indigenous to Sanford, but that aside, the spiders are very delicate. He would have been killed because it was.
He would have been smashed up.
In
with
that,
all
that
the
purse, he would have
makeup
been
and
banged
shit.
out all night. Yeah, he would have been dead. They're very delicate creatures. So that's.
But how about the pilot who just was like, "Who are you?" And they're
Yeah,
like,
he's like, "Okay."
"Oh,
And
your
they're like,
boss sent
"Okay."
us, and he's just gonna stay there because his wife's there. So please
We
take us."
did.
It's like, okay,
All right, sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
I know. That was dumb.
Total bullshit. And you notice when the helicopter took off, it looked like a little miniature one, like a little model helicopter that took off. That wasn't a real helicopter, guys. There's
so that was a real helicopter.
Was it?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I think
Not
that.
taking off. It wasn't. Not
No,
taking
I
off.
think that helicopter scene took up like 75% of the budget.
All right, so there you go, folks. That is a Rockabilly Zombie Weekend for our first Scary Turds of the month of October. Jesus Christ, we took it out and played with it a lot longer than we should have. Could we flush it, ladies and gentlemen? Could we please flush it?
Flush
Yeah,
it
that's
down
great.
that maggot-infested outhouse.
Hallelujah.
There you go. Consider it flushed. All right, that's it for this week. I want to thank my lovely co-cinematic flushers, Groovy Ghoulie, Colleen Griffin, and dastardly diabolical Nora Crest. Great job as always, ladies. I want to thank our very special guests, our returning co-cinematic flushers. This time out, Degenerate John and Dee Dee, hosts of the More Brains podcast. You can check out More Brains on iTunes and Google Play and all that other fun stuff. Great job, guys. Thank you so much for kicking off our first Scary Turds of October. We really appreciate
It's
this.
an honor.
Yeah,
Yes,
thank
yes.
you for having us.
You're not coming back after requesting this film. Fuck that.
No,
we learned our lesson.
Always.
Well, you
always-
did say to pick a film. I'm going, okay, I got a good one.
You guys are on
Yes, you
time.
did. Yes, you did. Oh, my God. And thank you so much, guys. And they'll be back, of course, again. And we're going to be back next week with our next Scary Turds. Until then, say goodbye, ladies and gentlemen.
Bye.
It sounds like Gollum with heartburn.
There you go.
Right.
Hey, this is Nora Crest, and I want to thank you for listening this week and every week as we flush these turds down our cinematic bowl here in the restroom. If you haven't already, please subscribe to us on iTunes and Google Play Music so you don't miss a single episode. You can also follow us on Twitter and use #PodernFamily, or like us on Facebook, circle us up on Google+, and check out all of our episodes at our home restroom on the net, signalsoffury.com. Until next time, remember, we're here to flush it so you don't have to see it. I'm Nora Crest, and this has been the award-winning Soiled Restroom Cinema.